Dave Rennie opens up about All Blacks appointment, interview process, and coaching philosophy. The All Blacks have a new head coach, and Dave Rennie's journey to the helm has already drawn widespread attention, not just for the result, but for the process and philosophy behind his selection. Rennie, who recently returned from a 9-year stint overseas, revealed in a candid interview with All Blacks great Jeff Wilson on Sky Sports NZ how the recruitment process unfolded, his approach to coaching, and what fans and players can expect under his leadership. Inviting the panel to Japan, warts and all. One of the most talked about aspects of Rennie's appointment was his controversial decision to invite the New Zealand Rugby (NZR) selection panel to observe his coaching in Japan. Former All Blacks hooker Dane Coles and acting NZR chief executive Steve Lancaster spent several days alongside Rennie and Highlanders coach Jamie Joseph, watching their weekly routines, training sessions, and team preparation in Kobe. The move was unconventional. Reports suggested that Joseph, who had coached the Highlanders, Wellington, Maori All Blacks, and the All Blacks 15, was perturbed by the method. According to the New Zealand Herald, Joseph was miffed that observers would sit in on his coaching, take notes, and have this influence the final decision. He reportedly believed that his proven track record should speak for itself, rather than being measured by how well he performed during the interview week. Rennie, however, viewed it differently. He described the process as an opportunity to provide a transparent look at his methods. "Yeah, I thought the process was excellent," he said. "I asked them to come to Japan because I've been away from New Zealand for 9 years. Anyone who knew me or had seen me coach would not have seen me for a long time. So I opened the doors so they could see warts and all, how we plan, prepare, and conduct trainings, and so on." The panel spent a couple of days observing, followed by a comprehensive interview, which Rennie later described as full-on and surprisingly lengthy. Despite the intensity, he considered the process fair and thorough, appreciating the chance to present his philosophy and style in a live, authentic setting. That Joseph's classy response. Although Joseph reportedly had some reservations about the process, Rennie was quick to highlight the professionalism and class shown by his rival. Joseph reached out immediately after learning he had not been selected, congratulating Rennie on his appointment. "He messaged me immediately after he found out. That shows the class of the man," Rennie said. "I really appreciated his message. I was hoping to catch up with him for a beer after the interviews, but the timing didn't allow it. Still, it was a good conversation and good challenge." This gesture has been widely praised across New Zealand rugby circles, reinforcing Joseph's reputation as a professional and gracious figure in the sport, even amid disappointment. The tight race and what set Rennie apart. Rennie's selection was far from a foregone conclusion. The race for the All Blacks head coach was a close contest between him and Joseph. Analysts and commentators speculated that Joseph's more traditional, hard-nosed coaching approach may have been a factor in the panel's decision to select Rennie. Rennie, on the other hand, brings a unique blend of demanding rigor and supportive mentorship. "I'm a type of guy who puts an arm around someone while digging into their ribs," he explained. "I care and want to help people, but I also want to be demanding to get the best out of them and help them. So yeah, I think that probably describes my style best." This dual approach, tough but empathetic, is something that Rennie has honed over years of coaching both domestically with the Chiefs and internationally with Glasgow Warriors and Kobelco Kobe Steelers. His experience overseas is believed to have been a significant advantage in the selection process, giving him insights into managing players from different cultures, adapting to various styles of rugby, and maintaining high-performance standards outside New Zealand's traditional rugby environment. Setting the bar higher for the All Blacks. While the All Blacks finished 2024 ranked second in the World Rugby rankings and only lost 3 matches all year, the NZR board determined that a change in leadership was necessary. For Rennie, this means operating under a high-performance standard with little margin for error. Speaking to Wilson, Rennie was cautious not to point fingers at his predecessor, Scott Robertson, or the players. "I don't want to go into massive detail because I might end up throwing someone under the bus, and that's not fair. But I've watched a lot of All Black footy through this process, and I cut 100 clips to give me a real clear understanding of shifts we can make." He said that he emphasized that success will be built on mastering the basics of the game. We need to be brilliant at basics, so a lot of time will be put into the simple parts of our game. Our footwork through contact, the ability to create one-on-one situations where we get better gain line and faster ball, and the quality of our catch, pass, decision-making, and consistency around our lines of detail. If we can raise the bar in lots of areas, that'll make a difference. Rennie's focus on fundamentals underscores his belief that consistent execution at the basic level often separates great teams from the rest at the international stage. Coaching philosophy. High standards, high care. Rennie's coaching style is deeply influenced by his years as a professional player and coach. He balances demanding high standards with personal care for his players, creating an environment where individuals feel supported yet challenged. "I put an arm around someone while digging into their ribs," he said, adding that he wants to help players perform at their best while being demanding enough to push them. This approach reflects his belief in building a strong team culture based on trust, mutual respect, and accountability, a philosophy he has consistently applied across multiple teams and competitions. His overseas experience also shapes his perspective. Spending nearly a decade coaching internationally, Rennie has adapted to working with different rugby cultures, from Japan to Scotland, and even with players from diverse nationalities. This exposure has equipped him to manage personalities, expectations, and performance in a way that combines global best practices with a distinctly New Zealand rugby ethos. Challenges ahead. Taking over the All Blacks is no easy task. The legacy of success, the passionate fan base, and the intense media scrutiny create a unique environment where results are expected consistently. Rennie acknowledged these pressures but stressed that preparation and execution would be his guiding principles. He has already started evaluating the squad, identifying areas for improvement, and planning strategies for upcoming fixtures, including the nation's championship tests against France, Italy, and Ireland in July 2026. These early steps are critical for establishing his coaching methodology, integrating his assistants, and ensuring that the All Blacks remain competitive at the top level. Assistant coaches and backroom staff. Rennie also hinted at changes in the All Blacks backroom team. With the departures of Scott Robertson's assistants, Rennie sees an opportunity to assemble a coaching group aligned with his philosophy. Reports indicate that he is considering several trusted former colleagues and international coaches to join him, ensuring the team benefits from both continuity and fresh perspectives. This approach mirrors his time at the Chiefs and Kobelco Kobe Steelers, where he successfully blended experience with innovation, building teams capable of executing complex strategies while maintaining a high-performance culture at a respectful rivalry with Jamie Joseph throughout the process. Rennie maintained a strong professional relationship with Jamie Joseph. Despite the competition, the two coaches demonstrated mutual respect, highlighting the collaborative spirit within New Zealand Rugby. Joseph's immediate congratulations after the appointment exemplified this ethos, reinforcing the idea that high-level competition does not preclude camaraderie and respect. Rennie expressed a desire to catch up with Joseph socially, though schedules didn't align, further emphasizing that the rivalry was competitive but respectful. The conclusion. Dave Rennie's first days as All Blacks head coach have been marked by transparency, professionalism, and a clear vision for the future. By inviting the selection panel to Japan, maintaining a respectful rivalry with Jamie Joseph, and emphasizing the importance of fundamentals, Rennie has signaled that he intends to lead the All